Hi everybody, in this video I'll be sharing with you guys my 1-week wear test and review of the Louboutin Fluid Foundation. So if you guys are interested, do stick around. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Christina. I'm a beauty expert that does product reviews on luxury beauty, skincare, and makeup. Occasionally, I might share a luxury accessory review or a vlog here and there. So today, you guys, finally, I have put aside the time to give my review on the new Louboutin Fluid Foundation. I wanted to make sure that when I made this video, I've really had a 1-week minimum wear test of daily use. So usually, I'm not really that stringent, but with this foundation, I really wanted it to be very specific and see how it wore differently day to day. So I'm gonna quickly cut this clip to me applying it just right before this video so you guys can see the kind of application and the kind of coverage it gives. Okay, you guys, so here I am beginning. I only have concealer on and a little blush, but I did not put foundation on my skin yet. So I am currently putting it on the right side of my face and a little on my nose. The way it's recommended to be placed is from the center of the face moving out, but I wanted to show you guys how one side looks compared to the other once I've put a first thin layer of foundation. You can see the difference, but it really almost looks like the right side of my face is just a lot better and really a little more filtered and flawless looking than the left. It doesn't really look like I'm fully covered though, if that makes sense. So it doesn't look like there's foundation. It looks like my skin is just better. And I think that's one of the things that really stands out with this foundation. Also, this one is just half a pump, and I am really starting out with a very thin layer. I've been applying this on a daily basis with a brush like this, just buffing it in the skin. And then afterwards, using a damp beauty blender just to kind of blend that in some more and give that more flawless look. As you can see, I didn't really use much. I don't really want it to be very high coverage, but this is how it looks. So as always, I'm going to show you guys how it looks, even if you've seen this 10 million times. I am from Canada, and Canada, unfortunately, always gets the new releases or launches later than the US, obviously, and later than even Japan and the UK. So this is how the foundation looks. It comes in this red Louboutin box. This is called the Sublimating Fluid Foundation. The shade that I purchased is 20N. Dune Nude is the shade name. Now, it was very interesting because I purchased this at Holt Renfrew, which is Canada's version of Saks Fifth Avenue, Neiman Marcus, or maybe Harrods, and well, Selfridges. And I had to blind guess what my shade is because I just had to guess from how it looked on the bottle. They did not have the testers when this finally hit the counter in Vancouver. So we just watched a few of I think they had testers for the Cream Balm Foundation, which is not what I wanted. I really was so interested in trying this one out. So just based off the Cream Balm Foundation, we kind of just looked at the bottle as well. So for reference, you guys, I am, for Dior shade matching, I'm a 20N or 20W or 2N or 2W, depending if it's summer or winter. For Chanel, I'm a 20, and for MAC, I'm an NC30, just to give you guys a reference. I'm usually light to medium with a yellow undertone is always the way I choose my foundations. I have combination skin. I also am mature skin. I am not in my 20s anymore, so I am dealing with some dehydration. I even have some eczema as well. So that is a few of where we're starting with in terms of this review of the foundation. I guess like a more mature skin review for foundation. So I'm gonna start by swatching this for you guys, and this one retails for 99 Canadian. So after tax, I think it was like 115, 116. Now, you really need so little of this, you guys. There's actually still some in the cap. Okay, I'm gonna show you how little you need of this. Even just with that. Well, maybe I should put more, but this is, look how undetectable that is. Okay, this is 20N Dune. I really don't want to put a lot, you guys. So I put 2 little dots. I hope you guys can see that. This blends so quick. If you guys saw my application, you have to work a bit faster. And also, this is not very watery or liquid like in terms of consistency. It's a bit more dense, but also it just blends super fast. You have to buff it in the skin really fast. Okay, you guys, Louboutin Beauty describes this as an up to 24-hour, no transfer, comfortable wear, luminous matte finish. Unifies and illuminates with up to 24 hours, sublimating, breathable, high coverage. It minimizes the appearance of pores, smooths and softens the complexion, and leaves the skin feeling moisturized after 24 hours. A long-lasting, without drying texture that feels comfortable after application thanks to its immediate hydration. Okay, so I've been using this daily, you guys. I've been using it when I go to work, and I usually start my day really early, and I probably, by the time I've come home and I finish work, I probably had the foundation on for maybe 10 to 11 hours at this point, because I walk home. I walk home from work. So I will insert a clip here. Hopefully I can. I will do my best. Or if not, I'll have a short where I documented how my face looked at the end of one work day. It was an IG story, but I documented it. And the things that I found after that long stretch of a day, I think it was 11 hours, was that I was actually happy with how it looked in spite of the super long day, in spite of walking home. And I think the key point there was that I did not retouch at all during the day. So I did see a few breakdown in coverage that you'll see in the clip, but I did not see dry patches like I usually do. No matter what foundation I use, foundations I've loved, if it goes beyond the 8-hour mark, I usually see some dry patches around my nose or my chin, which is usually where those dry patches are, or if I get any eczema, it's usually there. And I did not. And that was already 11 hours. That was a no filter, just really documenting it video. So I was really happy with how my skin looked and how it held up for that amount of time. This, I could say, for mature skin, I think it's amazing. Have issues, fine lines, wrinkles, or dehydration issues, dry patches anywhere, I think this does an amazing job for mature skin. I think in terms of the coverage, this is definitely, to me, this is, they describe it as high coverage, and I think that's exactly what it is. I'm not too sure, because usually we describe it as full coverage, but this one doesn't really feel like full coverage, but the pigmentation gives that kind of coverage, and I think that's why you need to use very little. So in terms of that, you guys, honestly, like half a pump is even way too much. Like, it just, I don't know what magic it has, but it just covers the skin. Now it claims to smooth and hydrate and act like your skin has filter. They did not disappoint with those claims. I think they do achieve that. The foundation achieves that. It's very different than the Suq or the Armani Luminous Silk. I think this one, in terms of consistency, is less liquid-like than both of those, which are my favorites. It has a bit more coverage than both of those, which are true medium coverage, but at the same time, it has no weight. It doesn't have the weight of a full coverage foundation. It doesn't have that sitting, you know, when product is sitting in your skin, usually with full coverage foundations, at the most I can take 2 hours, then I have to remove it off my skin. This one, honestly, I know that in their claims it also says comfortable wear for up to 24 hours. Usually after 6-8 hours, even with my favorite foundations, I want to remove it, and I'm dying to remove it as soon as I get home. I have this on even when I'm already relaxing at home, and I forget that I need to still remove it. It is that comfortable. It's almost like you don't feel like you're wearing anything, and I think that's even where the more magical, amazing factor comes in. And also I see the filtering aspect of it even as I was applying it. And just have to share, you guys, when I film this way with my digital DSLR, I always magnify 2 times to see if the focus is really good. And I was so surprised at how my products looked with 2 times the magnification with my digital camera. And that's when I realized it really does what it says. Now, is this something that I would recommend you wear on a daily basis? No, because even me myself, honestly, like I sometimes just like having a lighter day where I'm just putting concealer and blush and maybe a little eye makeup. But this is definitely a foundation that is worth pulling out if you want to look amazing and perfectly flawless. I think I have it on right now, and I don't know if you can tell, I'm happy with the way my skin looks. It looks like I have amazing skin. It's not even like the foundation is so good. So even looking in the camera here, but also looking at my mirror, like my skin looks so healthy and so vibrant and so youthful. Yeah. And I think that's all you can really ask from a foundation. So this is a beautiful foundation. It is up there in price. Of course, this is premium luxury. This is Louboutin Beauty. It's not the most expensive foundation in the market though, you guys. There are more expensive, that $200 range, but I think it's beautiful. I mean, I'm not saying you need to spend $100 for foundation to look beautiful, but this is worth it. This is gonna give you the bang for your buck. It's an investment that's worth doing. If you want to invest in a foundation, I would recommend this. This is definitely now in my top. I think it's too early to say my top 1, but probably like top 3. One of the top 3s. I still have to test and compare with my other foundations, but based on my 1 week wear, I've really been impressed with this foundation. I think also in terms of finish, it says it's a luminous matte, and I think that's exactly what it is. Look at my skin. I love the fact that it's not a glow, so my T-zone is not acting up, but if I turn this way, it reflects some sheen. If I turn anyway, there's some sheen on my skin that just makes it look really natural and really just like skin. And I think that's something I haven't personally seen in other foundations, which is weird because when you apply it, it looks matte. Like if I'm looking at my swatch right now, it looks matte, but on my skin, like it just looks like a luminous matte, but that makes it look like I have very beautiful skin. And the last thing I want to add, you guys, is usually I would have to set my face with powder, but I've been finding that with this foundation, I haven't really been needing to. Like right now, the only thing I've set is my under eye and a little on my T-zone. I didn't powder the rest of my face, and usually that's going to be problematic, but with this foundation on my combination skin, like, it is really hydrating, but at the same time, because it's a matte finish, it's not giving me this glow where I look greasy and just messy. Like, I have sometimes even forgotten to apply powder. That's how beautiful the finish is. And then I'm like, oh my god, I didn't even powder my face. But then I look at my reflection and it seems like it didn't need to be set by powder. So that's another thing that really surprised me with me trying this foundation out. So overall, you guys, I agree with everyone. I think the hype is well deserved. This is a beautiful product. I highly recommend it. If you're looking for a special foundation or you want to invest in your next foundation, definitely the Louboutin Fluid Foundation is one to try. So I hope you guys found this video interesting and informative. Picked up something from it. If you guys were looking into this, I hope I was able to give you more insight about it. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day or a great evening.